Hey pioneers, and welcome to the Explainer. You know, if you're in the Pi community, you've definitely felt all the buzz, and probably a little bit of the confusion, right? There's just so much chatter about the Open Mainnet launch. So today, we're going to clear all of that up.
Okay, so let's dive right in. We're going to separate the rumors from the reality. What's just community wishful thinking, and what are the actual official facts about the launch? And to do that, we're not going to guess. We're going straight to the source, the Pi white paper.
All right, let's kick things off with the biggest myth of them all. I mean, you've definitely seen this one floating around. It's this idea that there's a magic number that's going to unlock the whole thing.
So, the story basically goes like this. The second the total supply of Pi coins hits that 20 billion mark, boom, the gates to the Open Mainnet just swing wide open. Now, it's a really simple, super exciting idea, and you can totally see why so many people think it's the official trigger. But is it really?
Well, let's just go right to the project's own rulebook, the white paper. It is crystal clear on this. It never says that 20 billion Pi is the launch trigger. This is probably the most important clue, telling us that the community's focus might be a little misplaced.
And this is where it gets really interesting, because it shows you exactly where the misunderstanding comes from. See, the community sees 20 billion as a finish line, a goal we have to hit. But the white paper, it frames it totally differently. It was an estimate from the core team of how much Pi they figured would be mined by everyone before the mainnet even got started. It's a projection, not a precondition.
Big difference. Okay, so that brings us to the next bit of misinformation, and you'll see how it kind of builds on that first myth. Because, once you think you have a target number, what's the next logical thing to do? You start a countdown, right?
So I'm sure you've seen the graphics. The posts saying, only 8 billion Pi left to go, or some number like that. It creates this huge sense of urgency, like we're in the final lap of some official race. It feels official, it feels real, it gets you excited.
But, and you can probably guess where this is going, when we check the official announcements, that countdown is just not there. It is not an official metric from the Pi core team. It's just some simple math done by the community. They took that 20 billion estimate and subtracted the current supply. So it's basically a fan-made tracker, not a formal launch requirement from the team building the network. And this right here, this really nails the core issue. The community, with all of its passion and excitement, just kind of created its own trigger based on a deduction. But the white paper is super clear. The launch isn't tied to a countdown. It's based on a completely different set of formal criteria.
So, okay, if that supply number isn't the key, and the countdown clock is just a community creation, then what actually needs to happen for Open Mainnet? Let's look at what the project itself says are the real requirements.
This is the question that really matters. Let's forget the myths for a second. What does the network actually need to do? Well, it turns out it's not about hitting one single number. It's about the overall health and maturity of the entire Pi ecosystem.
So here you go, the 3 pillars for launch. First up, KYC completion. This is absolutely critical to make sure the network is full of real, unique people and not bots trying to game the system. Second, and this one is a biggie, a real utility ecosystem. I mean, a currency is only valuable if you can use it for something, right? The core team needs to see real apps, real services where Pi is being exchanged. And third, tech readiness. The whole system has to be secure, it has to be stable, and it has to be ready to handle millions of transactions flawlessly. So you see, it's not about how many coins are out there. It's about how ready the entire system is for the real world.
And that brings us to the most important thing to take away from all this. It's not just about knowing the facts. It's about changing how we, as a community, think about information.
And right here is the ultimate call to action. Honestly, the best weapon against rumors is to just go straight to the source yourself. If every pioneer takes a little time to read the official white paper, we can all become a source of clarity. We can help build a more informed community that moves forward together, based on facts, not fiction.
So, I'll leave you with this one final thought. After everything we've talked about, is our constant focus on when it's going to launch making us lose sight of what we're all trying to build? Maybe the real goal isn't just to cross some imaginary finish line, but to build a strong, valuable network that's actually ready for the world. What do you think? Thanks for tuning in.